Well, hello and welcome to the Purple Door Podcast, a Friends rewatch pod. I am one of your three hosts at this point, Alasdair, along with our regular co-host, DeeAnn, and my darling wife, Kate, who is here for Bamboozled. DeeAnn, how are you today?
I'm awesome. Take two.
Take two.
I still am so excited that Kate's joining us today. Bamboozled was so much fun last week, and I'm excited about this week, and I'm just pumped that she's here joining us.
Yes, we got about 2 minutes into quote-unquote recording this, and then I realized that I wasn't recording, so we are redoing the intro. Kate, how are you today?
I am fantastic. Thank you very much. Just got back from brunch with a friend, and
Who did you go to brunch with, Kate?
Lunch with the one and only Haley Lynn Phillips. And it
I
was
just love her. I saw her yesterday. I bet you didn't know.
Did you like bunko with her?
This is brand new information.
Brand new information.
Oh, but that's so nice.
Yeah.
Where did y'all go to brunch?
We went to a new little place called Rising Sun Cafe.
Oh,
And yeah, it's in Denton. It's by like Unicorn Lake Park
okay.
over there.
I love that area.
And it was good. I had a avocado toast and a honey lavender latte. But I am spoiled by my fabulous husband who, brews his own coffee. And so any other coffee just doesn't live up.
Doesn't do it.
This is why she keeps me around. It's for the tea and coffee.
Well, there you go.
I refuse to tell her what goes in it, so she has to keep me around and doesn't upgrade.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes
why give away the secrets?
Right. I'm not fine with it.
Yeah.
Al, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm wonderful. I recorded a very brief episode of my other podcast, the Outdoorsy Educator podcast that goes out. Did a little laundry, this and that, the other, nothing too exciting. And that spoke to my parents, as I do every Sunday morning. That's my routine. And they are happy, healthy, and well. So yes, a good day before we are going to record this. And then we are going to, little shout out to Patchouli Joe's, our favorite independent new bookstore in Denton. They are having a Stephen King birthday celebration. Well, listen, you are invited. Starts at 2 o'clock.
I'm sitting here with my mouth wide open.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
They've got, Kate, remind me, like things hidden, there's discounts, but then there's like competition. You got to find things around the store, right?
I don't, you read it to me, but yeah. So I just got done reading and watching The Long Walk. And I've read other stuff of his and The Long Walk. I mean, my kids all saw it last weekend after we did. I've got 2 kids reading it right now. Like we are kind of like, it's just such an amazing book.
I read it but off air, we'll have a conversation about the end because I read the book about a year ago. Fred and Joseph went and saw it yesterday. And I told them, because after I was done, Bree Compton is the one that recommended the book to me.
I love Bree.
I love her. So it was last year whenever I was going back and forth from Six Flags, I listened to it. And at the end, I called her. I rewound it. I listened to the end twice. And then I called her and I was like, ma'am, I am very confused by this ending. And so I told her my interpretation of the ending of the book. And she was like, no, you're all wrong and crazy. Yeah. Because she Googled it. Well, then yesterday I had the same conversation with the boys. And I love some Stephen King. I love some Stephen King.
The movie, completely different ending.
But whenever my interpretation of the
same. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's the same.
And Joseph was like, oh. Yeah. But apparently Google does not agree with me. So.
Okay. And for those of you that don't know, Willison was my work wife for years and years and years, and I know how her brain thinks. So that's how I know what her interpretation is.
Oh,
she knows.
And Kate and I will have conversations of just fractured conversations and completely understand, and then everybody's listening to what, so it didn't even occur to me that
right, yeah,
that didn't make sense.
It made total sense.
Well, I haven't read the book, but saw the movie, and it just reminded me, without giving too much away, of Lost. How just the open interpretations and the is this happening or is that happening?
Oh, guys, okay.
Yes.
So I have just 4 minutes because it is Stephen King's birthday today.
It is. We need to honor Stephen King.
I fell in love with Stephen King whenever I was probably about middle school age, because I started reading. Like I read things I probably should not have been reading, but it was fine because if you're reading, it's fine. But I was obsessed with like Stephen King. And whenever I was in elementary school, it was like R.L. Stine and Christopher Pike and, all that. And then whenever I got to middle school, it grew to John Saul and Stephen King and all that. And I loved those books. I loved the way that they scared me to death. Mm-hmm. And I got to go see Stephen King do a reading from oh god, it was so cool. I went with my cousin Amanda, and we went to New York, and we saw it in the Radio City Music Hall, and it was called a Night with Harry, Carey, and Garp, and it was J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, and then John Irving, the one that wrote The World According to Garp. Wow. And so J.K. Rowling read some Harry Potter. Stephen King read from, what was the short story about the boys that find the dead body? Stand By Me.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Yeah, so he did a reading from that, and then like they did question and answer. Oh, it was so cool and so awesome. But I've read so much by him, and some of the movie interpretations I'm here for, and some of them I'm not. But that one, whenever I saw they were making it into movie, I was like, oh dear. Mm-hmm. That's going to be messed up, because there's also like the Hunger Games-esque-ness to it in that world. And all of, anyway, I could get going for a while about that, so don't let me.
Can I ask you ladies a pre-bamboozled question?
Yes,
please.
Is it about the Rockettes?
No.
Oh, okay. Because there's a comment, that's Radio City Music Hall, and then there's a comment about the Rockettes in this one, and then that's where the Rockettes are from. Okay, but anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
How many Stephen? That question. All right.
Yeah. How many Stephen King references are in Friends, and what are they?
Ooh, okay. So I know that she reads Cujo, and they throw it in the freezer.
Oh, well, no, not quite. You've actually merged two answers together.
Oh, and The Shining.
The Shining.
So there was Cujo, The Shining, and then there's the one with Kathy Bates whenever they're talking about Misery.
When did they talk about that, though?
That's it. Because I just Googled it, and it gave me two, but it did not give me that Misery one.
Okay, but wait, remember, because I think if we talked about this, whenever they said they made a comment about Kathy Bates. And we went off talking about her on The Office. But the reason that they made the comment about Kathy Bates was because she played the lady that found the author that got in the car wreck in the movie version of Misery, which was based on the book by Stephen King. So I disagree.
I like that. I think you have the chops. You're a Friends expert. That is three. It is. At least three.
At least three. Because, The Shining, the Cujo, and then Misery.
I just found an article. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, but I know this because it's within the first couple of episodes or seasons, because we talked about this. Do you remember that conversation or no?
Yeah.
And then I was like, do you get that? You were like, no. And I explained that. So, yeah.
You're right. It's from
whoever
Super Bowl Part 1. Yep. And it's in reference to Brooke Shields. And her character being obsessed with Joey as Kathy Bates' character was.
That's it. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yes.
Well, we're better than Google.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I say we. You two are better than Google.
No. Hey, my George, who is in the 6th grade, I got a picture from his math teacher this week, and it was of a puzzle that had been written out on the board, and she had left it for the class, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it was solved, and then it said, "I'm smarter than AI," in quotation marks, and then the quote was by George. Nice. Because apparently AI had gotten that puzzle wrong, and he was like, no, that's wrong, and then he fixed it, so he left that on the board for her. So the next morning I got a text from her, and I was like, okay. So we're smarter than Google. My son's smarter than AI. We're winning.
We're winning at life.
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to send this to both of you after we have finished recording. USA Today have compiled a list of every single literary reference made in Friends. I think that's interesting.
That's
nerd out a little. So
I love
anyone out there, they could Google, literacy reference USA Today Friends. And it's apparently a complete list.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah,
I love that.
I love it. All right, darling.
Yes,
I'm stretching my neck out, getting that.
Are you ready?
Getting loose.
I don't even need to stretch. I'm ready to destroy you again this week.
You decimated me last.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
With all the kindness.
All the kindness. All right, let me get my scorecard out. I didn't, because Wilson is 1-0 up. So let me. All right, ready to score this week.
All right, there are 2. I'm going to say this. I'm putting it out there. Some of these are easy. There are 2 or 3 that I'll be really impressed if you get. Just saying.
Right.
Be prepared to be really impressed, Kate.
All right.
We're ready.
Okay. So, first one. How many years has Captain Crunch been a captain of a cereal?
Ooh. I know. 40.
Yes, ma'am. Yep. We're starting off easy. Don't worry.
Okay.
That was beautiful.
I didn't know the answer, and that was the easy one.
You did?
I knew it was like 30, 40, or 50. Like it was a nice round number, but didn't know which one.
Okay. All right. What color is Chandler's toothbrush?
Oh, I know. Red.
I need to get more on the buzzer here. My hand was too low. All right.
And there's no. You just got to say it out loud.
Yeah. Okay.
But I really like going. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, I've got no.
It might be a thing.
You've got to do that. I need to do it, not raise my hand. I know, or something.
But you need to be.
I'm doing both. I
need to be ready. Okay, both. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So I can't remember who said that because so here, let me just put this out there. I take notes, but Al is next to me. So I don't want him to hear me clicking and taking notes or like, hey, can you stop that? Because then that might give him an advantage as to when.
Yeah, we play fair. We play fair.
Right. So this one, I don't remember who said it, but Phoebe says that she's going to get a Lily for the tattoo because that was her mom's name. I believe it was Chandler who said, well, what would you have gotten if her name was...
Yes.
What? Yes.
Big Ugly Splotch.
Big Ugly Splotch. Yes.
Okay, I knew it was Big Ugly something, but I didn't understand what he said.
Yeah. All right, we're on the board. Get nervous, Wilson.
Then what? What would that tattoo look like?
Exactly. What would it look like? All right. Ross is not into tattoos, and he says, what if it's a bad one? It would be like...
I know.
Wilson?
Having a bad haircut for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah, all the time. Exactly right. Very nice.
Nice.
All right. Ross is talking about his parents. Monica's trying to defend that her parents would be, maybe okay with her relationship with Richard. And Ross said, oh, yeah, I'm sure when you were this age and this age.
I know.
We got it.
So both of you say 1 and you each get half a point. What's 1 age?
Okay, 9.
Yep. Jeeves?
It's going to be 30.
It is, but is guessing the answer, does that constitute a half point?
No.
That what? That was the guess.
Because I know where your brain went. You were like, okay, last week I know I said that there was a 21-year difference, and then you were doing math.
Whoa. The accusations.
I know. I'm a little competitive. I apologize. Calm down. I will calm down.
No, it's okay.
Whoa.
We like competitor Willison.
It's the prize.
It is.
So I feel, Willison, you should get 75%, and Jeeves, you get 25%.
Can I just give Willison a point and myself half a point?
Yes.
For the sake of just
math. Nice round numbers.
Yes.
Okay.
Mathing.
Yes.
No.
All right. They are at the Geller's house, and Judy and her friend are talking, and they're mentioning the Twinkie. What does the Twinkie have an IQ of?
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, did I win?
You win. You got it. You got it.
Napkin.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
A napkin.
A napkin. The IQ of a napkin.
And she's shopping in the junior section.
That's right.
All right, we switch over, and Rachel and Phoebe are going to get their tattoos. What's the name of the tattoo place?
I saw it. It is. I saw it on the side of the wall as this, the shot before they were talking. I'm going to take a guess.
Go for it.
Lucky Ace.
No.
God, that was the pity.
The
pity.
Not even that was just a guess. That I don't even know if that was an educated guess, babe.
Wow, should I lose a point for such a terrible guess?
You don't get penalized for making a guess.
It's two words. I'm convinced it's 2 words.
If it was accurate.
Yeah,
that's true. Right.
What was it? It was
the world famous ink spot.
Ink spot. I knew it was 2 words. I could kind of picture it. But
yep.
Yeah. No, I did not even notice.
All right.
Good job.
I would like to say that is that one? Nope, that is not one that I thought was going to stump y'all. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, we're going to bring it down a difficulty level. Phoebe's looking at the tattoos, and she's looking at all the lilies. And then
I'm going with Foghorn Leghorn.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Boom. Yep.
Beautiful. To beat Willison, I have to listen to 75% of the question I'm discovering. And then just go for it.
Just go for it. See, whenever I did that before she was done, I was going to say, it was open like her spirit.
Right.
That would have been completely wrong. Dang it.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right, here we go. It's Rachel and Phoebe, and they're talking, and Rachel's not sure if she's going to get the tattoo because Ross doesn't want her to. And Phoebe says, why not? What years? Yes, ma'am.
1922.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was 1922? I don't know. A long time ago.
Yes.
I knew it was in the 20s, but I would have had to guess what year.
See.
Yeah. Wilson's locked in.
But what about suffrage?
All right.
Sounds like a good thing, but it was horrible.
So, number 10, what is a good thing but sounds horrible?
Suffrage.
I was just slow. Dang it.
If I come back and win because of that question.
Because of that question, I'll be hosting next week.
Yes.
I'll be hosting Bamboozled.
For the record, I did take out the Rockettes question because, and I don't think that the suffrage should count. But because I figured, okay, we've already talked about it, so we shouldn't bring it up. Okay.
Oh, you did have the Rockettes question.
I did have it in there.
I knew you did as soon as I started talking about it. Okay.
And I'm like, all right, I'll take that one out. Okay, we'll see. This I have in my head is a difficult one. What are the 2 main colors of the Geller's bathroom tile?
Wow.
Is it green and white?
No.
Dang.
All right, might as well take a guess. Well,
I know what color the shower curtain is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm going with, and if one of the colors is green and white, does Wilson get half a point?
She could, but she's not going to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boo. Then I'm just going to go blue and yellow.
No. Lilac.
Wow.
It's a lilac or like a pink. It's interesting. And beige. It's a choice. It is.
And then the red shower curtain.
Yep.
Gross.
Oh.
What I will give the next question to be, what color is the shower curtain?
No,
Come on.
I didn't do that one. So
that was way too easy.
Yes.
Right. Okay, Jack comes in and he is looking for Yes.
Oh no. I was about to say the object, as you were. I saw you forming a B. I don't know who signed it, so I'm just going to get, because that's what I'm sure the question is. Hank Aaron.
No, not Hank Aaron. So, Miss Wilson, I will rephrase the question since I was so rudely interrupted.
Wow. Wow. You're not invited on
today. So Jack is looking for his baseball bat that was signed by.
I've just got to be honest. I tried to catch this and I couldn't catch the name when we were listening.
So, is it somebody that we should know?
No, I don't. Okay. I mean, but I'm not into baseball, so maybe.
Well, if it's not in the 90s, if they weren't a Cubs player, I don't know who it was.
Okay. It's
Jose Canseco.
Right. Oh, no. It is Harmon Killebrew.
Yeah, who knows that guy? I want to know that guy.
Killebrew. That's a...
Yeah. I had to look it up. I heard the Killebrew and I heard the Har, so I thought it was like Hardy. Harmon Killebrew. So, all right. Okay.
Was that one that was going to stump us?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, so good.
The tile one, the bat one, and there's another one coming up. I think the other ones you'll be fine with. Let's see here. Richard is like a new man. It's like the movie.
Oh, I know.
Wilson?
No.
Cocoon.
Yes, ma'am. You are correct.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that movie? It was so sad.
It was very sad. It was
so sad.
Yeah. I didn't read. I saw it. I know the storyline. Don't remember, but don't remember the details. But Courtney Cox was in Cocoon. I don't know if it's called 2 or The Return. They had a sequel, and she was in it.
Wow! Fun fact.
There you go. Fun fact.
Okay.
I did not. All right. Oh, I almost forgot to mark down Wilson's point. There we go.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't worry.
I think this is just a gimme. What does Monica use to cover her ears when she's in the bathtub in the shower as Judy and Jack are?
I'm just guessing. I don't remember. Is it a towel?
No.
No.
Wilson?
It's a sponge on one ear.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Oh, no, I can't guess.
What's what mean? What's wrong?
I think, is Wilson just...
No, it said I did something on these. I don't.
On your headphones? I thought you were covering your ear.
I thought you were trying to reenact this scene.
Yes. Can you hear it?
I did.
Yes.
I was reenacting this scene, but then whenever I did it did something to the headphones and it was saying speak to chat activated, and I don't know what was happening in my
must
ear.
have pressed a button.
It was a sponge, and then I thought it was like a washcloth or a towel of some sort.
I put loofah, but you are right. It was a sponge, and then the other one I thought was like a loofah, but I'll give it to you because
yeah.
Yep. All right.
See, I'm wondering if the loofah I thought was a sponge, and then the sponge I thought was a towel.
Like the sponge was kind of one of those like sea sponges, like
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And like then the other one, it could have been a towel. To me, it looked like
a washcloth
glove or something. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know that I get a point for that. I don't know. What's our score?
I don't think it really matters at this point, but we'll just keep going.
I'm like, what's our score? I'll tell you if I really want that point or not.
How old is Joey?
Oh, I know.
Wilson?
28.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's never lived alone.
That is right. That is correct. All right. This one is one that I have, I don't think you'll get. But I could be wrong because you may have talked about it in the past. What is the house number of the Geller's house?
I Googled this episode to look something else up just to make sure. And it came up that this house number cannot exist or does not exist or whatever in Long Island, where they're from. It was like something somebody had looked into.
Is it 429?
No.
Okay.
Can I get half a point for saying it's 5 numbers?
It is not 5 numbers.
Oh, bless it. I have no idea.
110.
Really? Okay, that's not why.
Shut up. Guess what my house number is?
110?
No.
112.
But my parents is.
Not even close.
But my parents is 110. That's stupid. That's stupid.
All right, we have 2 more questions.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Right.
2 more. When Monica is saying that talking to Judy, saying she's dating someone and he's a doctor. Yes.
Dang it.
Of meat.
Yes, you are correct.
That was such a weird. I didn't even get it.
It's kind of weird because it sounds disgusting, but yet all doctors, in a weird sense, like if you're dealing with the body, doctors of meat. I mean, I know it's weird, but of all the things to say,
I was like, hard, babe. No. Because Ross is a doctor, and I mean,
he's of dinosaurs.
Bones. He's a
bones.
Bones.
Yeah, dinosaur bones.
I see. You're getting too philosophical, honest love.
That's right.
It's okay though. It's okay.
All right. Back in the zone. Back in the zone for the last question.
Last one. Phoebe and Rachel are talking about the tattoos, and Phoebe said, "Do you know how they put on tattoos?" Go ahead.
I've forgotten one tiny bit of it. Is it a sticker licked on by kittens?
Licked on by kittens.
Licked on by kittens.
Licked on by kittens. And Rachel comes back and says they're licked on by kittens. So that's pretty impressive. There you go.
All right.
I don't even know what to say about how that whole question went. I don't.
Well,
I thought Kate and I were like this. It's almost like y'all are married or something.
Well.
Wow. Okay.
So that's it, right? That was the last question.
That is the last question.
All right. So
what's the final score?
Let's have a look here. Hold on. Final score.
Come on.
That went on a little longer than I thought it was going to.
It was really
Just a second or two. By a score of 9 to 5.5. Woolison is now 2-0 up in the Bamboozled 2.0.
All right.
Yeah, Woolison.
I'm the champion.
And I feel like it was the same as last week. You went out to this unreachable lead. I got a few back, but the damage was done by the time I found my groove, which is what happened last week.
All right, that's perfect.
What did you say the score was?
I got a score. Remember, there was a few that neither of us got.
Okay.
Yeah. 9 to 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because there was somewhere we didn't get any points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you guys will have to give me feedback on the questions if I need to make them easier or harder.
I liked it. I felt there was some not easy, but easier ones, and then some tricky ones, and that's a good combination.
It was a great combination, and it lets me know I need to pay just a little bit more attention and not let you finish questions.
Please be distracted. I'm going to start paying Joseph to ask you questions in the middle of the episode.
Right, yeah. No, just tell George to come and talk to her during the episode, and then that way, yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you.
I was going to say, love you. Feel free to stay on, but maybe you've got things to do.
Oh, we've got long. we've got stuff. So
We do.
I love
We
you
do.
both. I am going. How do I do this? How do I do
You
that?
should be on the top left or top right, a leave room button.
Oh, I don't have a button.
I don't
No.
have that. Call settings.
Just turn it off.
Yeah,
X
just
out.
X out the room.
Oh, I'm just going to close
Love
my
you,
computer.
Kate.
Love you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
Well, she really just slammed her laptop
Yeah,
screen shut.
she did.
She's really gone. All right.
Yeah, she was not playing anymore.
I kind of love that we usually record for about an hour, and we have now been recording for 30 minutes and 30 seconds.
I know.
And only done Bamboozled. I think that's kind of fantastic, to be honest.
Yes.
But we'll kind of...
We're having a good time.
I suspect listeners will like the Bamboozled being a little longer, this new format. Hopefully we'll get some feedback. We'll maybe put it out there on the socials.
Yes.
And we'll do all that. Now,
on
speaking
the Facebook,
of socials...
talk about the socials.
I want to give a shout out before we forget. So last week, Monday or Tuesday, I put a link on our Instagram, certainly, possibly our Facebook too. I'll need to check. I set up what's called a Buy Me a Coffee. We've got some expenses to run this podcast. Nothing huge, but the hosting platform, putting out to podcasts. We've both had to purchase some hardware. But we love doing this, so we're never going to charge for the podcast. That's not what we're all about. But I put out a thing. It's called Buy Me a Coffee, and it's a fee-free way of being able to send the podcast some money. If you really enjoy it and you fancy doing it. A couple of dollars would be wonderful. It's Buy Me a Coffee / the Purple Door Podcast. Just threw it out there. And we had a lady reach out who left us a really, really nice comment and sent us, I'm not going to say the amount, that doesn't feel right, but sent us some money that will really help towards the fees for running this podcast. So, Lisa Sharma, I want to give you a huge shout out and a massive thank you from both of us for donating and leaving such a lovely, lovely message with your donation.
And Al sent me a screenshot during the day of the super kind message that she sent, and it made me happy all day. And I showed it to my parents whenever I went and picked up my pup. I was like, listen to this. This is so nice. I want to be friends with her. Lisa sounds so wonderful.
Yes.
And just good people connecting with good people. I love it.
Exactly. And it was like, the money will help, and it's going, it's being set aside for any, fees we have for the podcast, but it's so much more. Like when I was telling Willison before we recorded, I must apologize to all of you who listened to last week's episode on Monday, possibly Tuesday, because we had some technical issues and the most of Bamboozled did not get uploaded. Several people reached out and said, we miss Bamboozled. It's missing. It sounds like it should be there. What happened? So I sorted the issue, but it's so nice to have strangers reach out and say, we really enjoy the podcast. What happened? It just makes me feel good, because we would do this even if we didn't have any listeners, I suspect, because we enjoy recording and talking.
Yes.
But knowing there's people out there who we don't know who are listening and miss it if it doesn't get uploaded correctly, all my fault, is a really, really good thing. So, shout out to all of you. We would love feedback, I think, on this new Bamboozled format, because I would love to persuade Kate to do this more often. If you enjoyed it, it's a longer version of Bamboozled, or even if you didn't, let us know. But I suspect it will go over really well.
Yes. Well, it's so much fun. And then also, speaking of things coming up and whatnot, if you're in the Denton area on October 14th, it's a Tuesday.
Yep.
Yes. At Miss Angeline's over off the square, we are hosting a Friends Trivia Night. It will be fun. It will be a good time. If you fancy, I'm talking like Al. If you fancy some trivia, or if you just want to come and visit and have a good time, that's where we'll be. Tuesday, October 14th.
I'll need 15th? To double check. I think it's the 14th. Yeah.
Okay, it's either the 14th or the 15th, but whatever that Tuesday night.
Yep,
okay,
Tuesday
whatever
night.
that Tuesday night is, it's going to be a good time.
We have to give a shout out to Miss Angeline's.
Yes.
They are very keen to do this, and really they're hoping that it's going to be the first of several events that we come and do either at Miss Angeline's or Eastside, which is their beer garden next door. We've got some big plans. We have some fun things in the works. But please come on out. Maybe Wilson help remind me. Maybe we'll go live on Instagram just to kind of show people what we're doing at the trivia night.
Yes, that sounds fun. We will do it.
Come on out. Yes, awesome. Well, before that, why don't we get stuck into this week's episode, the one where Joey moves out?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it starts off in the boys' apartment with Joey and Chandler having breakfast, as we've discussed in Bamboozled. Captain Crunch is the meal of the day, and Joey licks the spoon and then puts it back. And it really got me thinking about, Wilson, do you have... Now, I think we can all agree that that's pretty icky. You don't do that. I think everyone would agree. Are there any particular habits that somebody in your life has that drive you irrationally insane? Chandler, this was a rational thing, but is there anything that kind of just drives you nuts that people do that really isn't a big deal?
Yes. And I don't know. I've kind of embraced recently that this very much annoys me. And it has always irritated me my entire life. And I kind of was able to pinpoint not too long ago. But it's whenever somebody goes like this. Because the boys, Joseph and both of our kids went through this little stage where they were making that noise whenever they were being like smart alecks about different things.
Right.
And I have a physical reaction to that noise. And I'm just like you've got to stop. You've got to stop. And so like that noise, if a kid's doing it, if an adult's doing it anywhere, I have a physical response, like where my shoulders go up. I feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Right.
And it makes me crabby. So don't make that noise. It's terrible.
Noted. We will not make such a noise. Well, that to me seems perfectly reasonable.
I agree. Okay, what about you? What's your thing?
So, I mean, I guess it's not really a habit, but there's very little that really drives me nuts. I gotta say, I try to just be passive and just, hey, it's weird. If somebody is late for an appointment with me, let's say, we're meeting at 3:00, then hear me out.
Oh, no!
No, hear me out. No, hear me out here. It does not bother me one bit if that person is 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes late. If we're meeting at 10 and you text me at 5 minutes past 10 saying, I'm just running late, from the bottom of my heart, deep in my soul, doesn't bother me one bit. Life happens. I hate being late with an irrational hatred. I like to get somewhere a little early, establish my spot, know I'm in the right place, and not feel rushed. And even in secondary school, high school, I was there for 5 years. I was late once. I hate being late. Like if I've got a meeting at 8, I'm going to be there at 7:45. I like to get my seat, get my stuff ready, and not feel rushed. Genuinely does not bother me one bit if other people are late. Like that's life and it happens, no problem. I don't like feeling rushed. So that's not really a habit per se, but it's a little thing that does drive me nuts for myself.
Okay.
But I don't tell many people that because then they always assume that it bugs me if other people are late. Not at all, because I've established my spot and I'm happy to wait. I'm in no rush. Life is good. I just don't like to be rushed. So it's not really a habit, but that was the thing I thought of.
Okay.
When I came up with this question for you.
Well, that's so nice of you that it's like a personal thing. Me, I'm like, this annoys me if anybody around me does. I'm not just judgy.
No, you're honest, and we need more of that. Now I know not to make that mouth noise. Not that I would, but It's something to be conscious of.
Yeah. Or if I make you mad, you know
Right.
exactly what to do to really.
I'll send you a voice note of just.
That's just rude. Okay. But don't worry, soap's self-cleaning. So there is that.
Yes, there is that. It's a funny scene, and how they've not realized until this point of their roommate's relationship that Joey does that. Like, they've never eaten cereal together, or soup, or any other, you know.
Or Chandler's never noticed that his toothbrush is always wet.
Right.
Well, maybe not. Because, you know, you always put it under. Seems like you would notice if you would be going through your toothbrushes twice as fast. Right?
True.
But anyway, yeah, I'm very disturbed by this whole toothbrush situation. Like the spoon thing, gross, but like the toothbrush, bleh, bleh,
yeah, pretty
bleh,
icky.
bleh.
Pretty icky. Yeah, that's, again, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's the same thing if somebody uses your toothbrush or somebody licks a spoon and puts it back, like in a sense of they're the same germs and it's two things that go into your mouth, but the toothbrush seems like a violation. Like that crosses the line even farther than the spoon.
Mm-hmm. It
Not
does.
quite sure why. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing. We're over in the girls' apartment, and this is where Rachel and Phoebe are off to get tattoos, and Ross doesn't really like the idea. I think this kind of tracks for Ross, in a sense. Like, he's kind of traditional in a way. It's so funny. I look down at my notes, look up, and Wilson has disappeared. There she is. She's plugging in her laptop.
I am. I've been on it a lot longer, and so I.
Yes.
Fred is the champion. He brought
good old Fred. Thank you, Fred.
Charger.
It kind of tracks for me that Ross doesn't like tattoos at this point. I think.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
not
a wiener.
He is. He is. But they talk about going to Jack's birthday party. Monica's going with Richard, which I don't know. It's I quite like Richard in this episode. We'll get into that, but it's a big deal for Monica. You know, these kind of things, having to quote unquote admit something in front of your parents that you're nervous about. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It is.
We go to the Geller's house. Have you ever watched this? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, so you know that website that I like that tells me whenever there are things in my scene or my scenes that aren't in your scenes?
Yes.
Okay, I was watching with Joseph and we were laughing because all of the things that got taken out made things a lot funnier. And so the part whenever Kate brought up about what if her name was a big ugly splotch, and then Ross walks in and he's like, you know, what's on your shoulder? And she says, a chip. And then they cut out where she goes, I've got a big attitude problem. Because that was so funny. Like, and then she's like, and then she pauses after she said it, and then she corrects it. And she's like, it's a tattoo. I'm getting a tattoo. Because she, you know, embellished her lie and then realized that Phoebe doesn't lie.
Right.
But it was so funny the way that one line was delivered. And I was really sad that was one that they cut. Because that was so funny.
Maybe I need to try and find like a director or something. Why they cut certain things. You know, because I understand that these 5 seconds here and there add up to minutes and I'm sure it's to do with time. But how they make these decisions, I think that would be really interesting to find out.
Same, because like in that part until Richard gets there and buzzes, like nothing else was cut that whole episode. So I'm like, that one sentence they cut out and I don't understand why. Like it was so funny.
It is. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody. We'll find somebody who can help us out with the method to the madness that they have.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody knows.
Yeah. I think I'm wrong now that I'm thinking through this. The Geller's house outside reminded me of Howard's house in The Big Bang Theory, but I'm thinking actually it might be turned the wrong way round. And I've
Oh,
only watched The Big Bang Theory. I've watched it all the way through once. I thought it was
right.
really funny. I liked it actually a
Yeah,
bit more than I thought I would because
right.
it's clever. Like it's the simple humor, sort of canned slapstick stuff, but it's also really clever in so many places.
And that's why, like, whenever Joseph and I first started talking, and that's why he loved it, was all of
Hmm.
the higher level thinking
Yeah,
jokes and things.
yeah.
Okay, there was a whole scene that was cut, like
Really?
right
Okay.
there before you get to the front of the Geller's house,
Okay.
because it just kind of shows they just show up, and it's the
Yes, they're
three of
just
them.
standing there. Yes.
Okay, so at the end of that scene, like right after Ross is like, remember when you were 9 and Richard was 30 and Dad said, God, I wish they'd get together.
Right.
Then the intercom buzzes and it's Richard.
Ah.
And he's like, hey, it's me. I'm double parked. So like he's telling them to hurry. Come on. And so
Right.
they say bye to everybody. And then Ross says bye to Rachel and like hugs her, and it's kind of mushy and whatever. So then Joey walks up to Monica and he's like, because they're both like, bye you, and it's really annoying. And so Joey walks up to Monica and he's like, bye you. And she looks at him like, what the heck? So then he turns around and shakes Chandler's hand. And it is just silly and funny,
That's that's I would have loved to have seen it. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
But then whenever they get up on the port, oh no, you see the part where they're switching places and everything.
Yes, put Richard
Okay.
in the Ross in the middle or whatever it is. Yeah.
But right before that happens, they're standing there, and before they go to walk in, and they're like, and then she looks at Richard and she's like, are you not nervous? Because she is nervous. Ross is kind of being weird. And then she's like, are you not nervous? And he's like, oh no, I'm terrified. He's like, this is just a really absorbent suit.
Wow.
It is so funny, And that was one of the things, because I was talking and thinking through like my character of the week, and like that line right there,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you, and I told Joseph, I was like, that's going to give me a different view of Richard than what Al's going to have going into this episode, because he's actually pretty vulnerable, and he points out how nervous he is and makes that comment and everything. So that, do you know what I mean? That one little 10 seconds.
That plays beautifully into a point I will have later on about Richard and his character. So that's really interesting. Like it plays, beautifully, like a sort of juxtaposition, if you will, of Richard's character, which we'll get to. I love that.
So then I'll just hang on.
Yes, hang on to that one. That is really interesting. Richard apparently has a Twinkie in the city.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
with the IQ of a napkin.
A napkin's a great line.
She's very pointy.
Yes, the IQ of a napkin is a great description. I do like that one.
They're just being so tacky.
They are.
Which tracks.
See, that's the thing. It kind of tracks. Like, I'm not mad about it because I think that's just of a certain age too, perhaps. And they're just like, there's some jealousy running through, You
want to hear something that is so rude and so ugly?
Yes, I do.
One of my Facebook friends that I graduated with, they got together and they were like, we need to, do we want to put something together for the class of 97 for homecoming this year? And so they were talking about it. Well, then Paul posts on Facebook, all right, guys, now that we're pushing 50.
How rude.
That's what I said. And he told me I just needed to embrace it.
Absolutely
and I'm
not.
like, I am not pushing 50 just yet, sir.
No. No, you've got to be a good 49 and a half.
Exactly. So whatever, Paul Nelson, you're rude.
Right.
Very, very rude.
I agree. We don't need any of that in our lives.
No. Nobody needs that rudeness.
No time for that.
No.
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else was in that scene.
That was it. They were just being ugly. That was it. That was it.
Yep.
And Monica shot the thing, the whipped cream. Oh, it's a finger cramp, and
that's right.
But they're too busy being snotty to realize. Yeah.
Not very nice. Well, we go over to it's Joey's co-worker's apartment, isn't it? We go over to, and again, I know you've got some deleted scenes, so interrupt me if I jump over anything. The only thing that stood out to me really in this scene was he kind of says, we got a park view and points out the window and all I see is big buildings. I didn't see a park. I thought that was just an odd thing. Like, obviously it's a set. They're not real buildings out the window. Stick a park there and point and say there's a park view. But it does. It looks like a pretty nice place. The only sort of inconsistency, I think this is true. I haven't checked. Joey's quite excited about the peeing with the Rockettes thing, or the mirrors. We do see this bathroom later on, once Joey's moved in, and there's no mirrors there. On the side, so Joey maybe took them out, or the guy moved out with them. He took his mirrors. I don't know.
Oh, could be.
Yeah,
could be.
Maybe he's
that
relocating.
might be something he likes. I don't know.
Yeah. Any other takeaways from that scene? The guy's moving. There's not too much to that one.
No, but I did think it was so funny whenever Chandler was continuing on talking to himself.
Yes. That's right. I saw a kitchen this morning or something.
Yeah, and then he's like, okay, stop talking. Okay.
That's right.
And they had already walked off, and he's just so funny.
It kind of reminded me, have you seen somebody very, very cleverly made an edit of Ross, and it's just Ross talking to himself, and it's like, this is what Ross looks like if he's psychotic. Have you seen that?
No, you'll have to send it to me next time it comes across your thing.
Yeah, somehow,
That's funny.
It's like Ross, we know he's talking to, I don't know, Rachel and Phoebe in his apartment, but they've taken Phoebe and Rachel out, so he looks like he's talking to himself. But it's done so well with this creepy background music. It looks really creepy. I'll find it for you.
Okay. Yes.
It just reminds me of that kind of having a conversation by yourself, the way Chandler is.
Yes.
We're back at the Geller's house. Is this the same inside of the Geller's house that we see in other scenes in other parts of Friends?
I think it's definitely the same kitchen for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is too. I just wasn't sure about the living room. Really, the kitchen looks the same.
Yeah. Well, in living rooms, I mean, normally they're just big, and there's the window, but they're just big squares.
I think it was the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong here. It's the one where Nana dies. Ross is asleep in, I assume, some bedroom, and he's high on medication. And remember, he kind of stumbles out of the side of the scene and walks down a step or two, into the living room. I just don't think that bit's there. But it could be outshot, and I could be wrong. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, because in the prom video, the stairs come straight down to the front door.
Yes.
And
so as we've talked about, Kate and I've been in this house. It's part of the Warner Brothers tour. And it's just that bit where Ross comes down out the left side of the shot in the one where Nana dies. I don't know if that exists in any other Geller household scenes. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Overthinking it, perhaps.
Well, okay, but wait. Yeah. Whenever the one where Nana dies and then Ross is on the thing, and then he comes in and he sits down on the couch and lays down on Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, from the other side of the living room. The left side is we're looking at it.
Right. Yeah. But then whenever we're looking at it, you can't see the stairs.
Yep.
So I bet it is.
Yeah, might be.
Hey, fun fact.
Yes.
But since we are in, hang on. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'll wait until we get back to another Days of Our Lives people thing before I share that random piece of knowledge that I've got.
You dangled that carrot out there. I'm looking forward
there you
to
go.
the next dual reference. Yes. Jack got the Porsche when he turned 50, and Richard got his own little speedster or something, isn't
goodness.
it? It's so crass.
And Ross is just standing there like, don't.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do it.
Don't. No.
Don't do it.
Don't finish that sentence.
No.
No.
I beg you, don't finish that sentence. We go over to this tattoo studio. I forget what Kate said it was called. Not Lucky
Ink
Ace.
Spot.
Ink Spot.
The Ink Spot.
Good name, I suppose. Phoebe wants a lily and Rachel wants to get a heart. And they do have this kind of argument about who's the boss of Rachel. And I do love it when she goes, like, you are, to Phoebe. Because Phoebe's being bossy, but in a good way. She is trying to free Rachel from this. I do feel like as much as we don't like Ross, I feel like this is perhaps a bit self-imposed by Rachel. Like, I don't see Ross, as much as we dislike him at times, going, no, you can't get a tattoo. Like, he's not abusive, he's not controlling.
Right.
But for some reason, Rachel's still kind of...
Well, because Rachel's still growing. She's
still
used to, she's still breaking out of and becoming her own person and all of that.
True.
She's used to being controlled and having to do and all that.
That's a good point. So I think it's, Ross is perhaps leaning on her not to get it. He said he doesn't like them. He's got every right to do that. I don't feel he's ever told her, no, don't do it. But you're absolutely right. She's growing and coming out of her shell still. So I like it.
There's one little line that's cut out of this scene. And after she is like, and he's not the boss of you. You're the boss of you. Now you march back there and go get your tattoo. And then as soon as she's done with that, there's this man who's covered in tattoos sitting in a chair. And she looks at him and she's like, I haven't even got my tattoo and I'm much tougher, or I'm tougher already, or something along those lines. And and he just kind of looks at her like she's crazy. But it was a cute little way to close that scene.
Is that the guy he's got the hat on and the sleeveless shirt?
In my brain, he's bald, but he may have on a hat.
I think I saw him with the hat, but I think you don't see any hair. Like it would track that he's bald.
Okay.
So we go back to the Gellers, Richard and Monica. They're in the bathroom, kind of talking about what to do. And then Richard, he's going to leave first, but it's terrible timing. He bumps into Judy. Just as he's trying to leave.
Well, they're in the bathroom and they're talking, and Richard's being so calm.
He is. He's the voice of reason.
But she's the Twinkie and he's the hero. So it's very easy for him to be calm. But I also think that's part of just Richard, right? Like he's a doctor.
Yep.
Much as people in different professions, they have to look calm all the time.
Right. Because absolutely.
If they're looking a little unhinged, something's wrong.
Yeah. I don't want him coming anywhere near my eyeballs if he is not balanced at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then Judy. Oh, God.
Oh, Judy. Yeah, she comes in, and then Jack, he's looking for this baseball bat that was signed by, I've forgotten his name now, the chap that Kate brought up in Bamboozled. But I guess good for them. This is his 50th birthday, and they've obviously been married for the best part of 30 years at this point. And poor old Monica has to tolerate hearing her parents. I've written the word frolic, which isn't exactly an accurate description, but it will do for the show. Poor old Monica. She's catching the live show of the tape they found, as we find out. Yeah, that's traumatizing to say the least for poor old Monica.
Yes, yes. Well, and that's so funny because whenever they come back in, like, Judy walks out and she's all, and Jack walks out and he's all, ha, ha. And then here comes Monica, who looks like she's walking into a funeral.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Like, oh, God.
Yes, whose drink can I freshen, isn't it? Or whatever
Right.
Jack says, or maybe
Yes.
that's Judy. I do like them as a couple. I think that's kind of like goals for everyone, is to have that kind of relationship to where they clearly adore each other.
Yes.
In a few minutes, we see Judy calling for Jack because she doesn't know how to deal with something emotionally when she finds out about Richard and Monica. I like the way she calls from there. I like the fact that we find out much later on, like, he secretly smokes in the garage, when he's, and like he got I don't know. I think they have a relationship many people aspire to.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like them together. That relationship is going clearly well. My segue over to the boys' apartment, where Chandler and Joey's is taking a turn for the worse.
Oh,
because they talk
about
Joey moving out. Possibly my favorite line of the episode. We're not Bart and Ernie. I love that line. It kind of strikes a chord with me.
Yes. Okay. So, want to know the line that immediately follows that got cut?
Yes, I do.
Chandler replies, "I'm aware we're not gay puppets."
Yeah, that's not there.
I know.
Oh.
I know. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I'm aware we're not gay puppets. And then he's like, if you feel this way, then maybe you should take it.
That's a great line. I'm sad they pulled that one, because it gives me a feeling of, like Bart and Ernie, just these wholesome puppets, and Chandler and Joey are like the real life Bart and Ernie.
Right.
It's it's kind of like silly, but it's also like a really good reference and a good analogy for the two of them.
Yeah.
Just best buds, as we established previously.
Best buds.
Best buds.
Best buds.
Indeed. We go back over to the gallows, and this is where Judy, then Jack, then Monica make an appearance for me. I think Judy, does Judy ask about, is it like, who wants cake, or is that something else? No, maybe that's something else.
No, somebody is. I think Mrs. Giller shows up and says, like, whose drink can I freshen? And then he comes in and is like, it's almost time for cake, because they're both happy and returning, like, hey.
Yes.
Yeah, and then Monica walks in, looking like she's at a funeral.
Yeah, looking a little rough there. That's where she tells Ross that she caught the live show, and we kind of cut to a new scene, but we're still at the gallows, and let's see, is it Judy who tries to set up Monica? She asks Richard about his son.
Yes.
What's his name? We do find out his name because we do meet him.
I don't remember.
It's not Jack as well, is it? I don't think so. And we set Monica up with his son, and this is where it kind of comes unraveled a little bit. Or not unraveled, but they have to. The secret becomes unraveled because Monica and Richard fess up to Judy, and she calls Jack in, and she says that it looks like your daughter and Richard are something of an item. And this is the bit I like about Richard in particular, because I think Jack says that's impossible. He has a Twinkie in the city, and clearly Richard and Jack have known each other, let's assume, for decades, because we know that they knew each other when Monica was little. He kind of stands up to Jack. Just his tone of voice is like, hey, she's not a Twinkie.
Yeah.
Like, he gets a little, it's not aggressive, it's firm and fair, and it's appropriate. But he is not cowering to Jack or being apologetic for dating, falling for, whatever, is Monica. He stands up for Monica. That's the priority here. And I like that about Richard. And that it's like a firm thing, and that's the juxtaposition of him being vulnerable, but not when it comes to defending Monica, which I like.
I do like that as well. And I am going to pop back to something that cracked me up during this whole
Yes.
scene and exchange is Ross and how uncomfortable he is, and how, you know, Jack walks in and Ross takes the bat and leaves, and then he comes back, and, you know, and it's just, he's so uncomfortable, and it is so funny.
Yes.
So funny as all of this is coming as unraveling. Like, the grabbing of the bat and just skedaddling it away.
The way he grabs it, yes.
And just, and, you know, and just so quick, and knowing that that's what's happening next, is that all of this is going to be out. It cracked me up. It made me laugh.
Yeah, and it's like, I like the way that bat, that moment, I feel, you work backwards from it, and the bat came up because they had to ask about the bat at some point earlier to make this joke work.
Yes.
And it played out well. Like, this was really well done. I felt.
Yes.
I felt the same as you.
And then it made me laugh whenever she's like, she turns to Ross because, you know, like, Richard's in the kitchen with Monica, and then the mom walks in, and then Ross walks in. So, like, everybody's there, and he's just like, oh, and here I am. And then she turns to Ross, did you know that she was seeing somebody? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I know a lot of people. Some people are seeing people. Some people aren't. And then here comes, you know, and then everything starts and then here comes Jack, and then Ross.
Yes.
And so he's like trying so hard to be on the fence, like he always does.
Yep.
But he's protecting his sister too.
And
it was so funny.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, it was I think they pull off the different dynamics of brother, sister, mother.
Yes.
They pull off really well, those four actors. I think it's so well done. And it's so relatable. I think whatever your relationship with your siblings or parents, I think everyone can relate to this dynamic in some aspect. Yeah, really good. But we go back over to the tattoo studio. Rachel loves hers. Phoebe chickened out. She's tough, and she grew up on the streets, and she's mugged people and all of this, but she wasn't feeling getting the tattoo.
No.
Yeah, wasn't it? She got the dot.
But not yet.
No, oh, that's right.
Not yet.
That's right. Yes.
And then there's a little part that's cut out of here too, because right after, you know, Rachel's like, really, you don't say? Mine was licked on by kittens.
Yes.
Right after that, you know, Phoebe's like, okay, I'm sorry, so, like, tell me, does it hurt a lot? And Rachel's like, no, just a little bit, like this. And then she pinches her, and then Phoebe freaks out, and she's like, ah! And then she, like, lifts up her sleeve, and she's like, it's gonna leave a mark where Rachel just pinched her. And so
I swear that sometimes, like, maybe if you watch Friends on, like, what's it on, TBS or TNT, you know, these other cable channels, because I've seen some of the things you bring up. I've seen. So I think they edit them differently for different networks, perhaps.
I agree. So then is that one on yours or no?
No, it's not. But I know I've seen that before somewhere.
Okay. Yes. And that's why it's funny, because these uncut scenes pop up in some places and not others.
Yeah.
But they're all, you know where all of them are?
On
my DVD.
Yes.
That's right.
I have mine up here somewhere. I need to be better about just getting, but also I kind of like finding out.
It's fun.
I think this is a fun wrinkle to the podcast.
Yes.
Well, let's see. We're back in the boys' apartment. They kind of apologize to each other about the squabble that they had, and Chandler sweetly gets Joey some plastic spoons. And even though they're making up, they're still on different pages because Joey is moving out. Mm-hmm. He's decided, what is he, 20, 26, 28? 28. It's time to live on his own, and they decide they're going to play each other a foosball for the table. To decide who gets it, because they both paid for half each. Your men are going to get scored on more than your sister. Um,
Whoa.
whoa.
Which sister?
If we were doing Bamboozled, I was going to ask you.
Were you going to ask me? Okay, wait.
What do you think?
I was going to ask you who was blue and who was red.
I was going to ask you how many times does Joey say the time whoa?
Oh. Was it 4?
It's 4.
Whoa.
The same, and I just like, and this is of course nothing. It's something I've made up in my head, but it's the same as in the musical introduction. The same amount as the claps.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm sure that's not deliberate, but in my head, I was like, that's I'm going to pretend that was deliberate, even though I'm sure it wasn't. Yeah, he goes, whoa.
Well, and that the number of the 4 woes, I say that a lot at work. Like if somebody's being ridiculous or something, I go, whoa.
4 is a good number of woes.
It is. It's like 1 too many.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of funny.
I like it. And I'm right there with you. We go back. We're just going to cross the hall now to the girls' apartment. Monica and Richard are there, and the girls come in. Rachel shows off her tattoo. Richard says it's tasteful.
Yes.
And then this is where they talk about Phoebe, right? And her dot, the way that her
mom blue freckle.
Her blue freckle. Yes.
The way her Rachel says, your mom's looking down from heaven going, where's my tattoo?
That's right. It's so well done. Ross comes in and he's got a slight change of tune. He thinks it's sexy. He's kind of on board with it. And then
because he's got opinions about things, but not really. Anything that Rachel does is going to be amazing. It doesn't matter.
Right. Which I guess is a nice, healthy thing to view that about somebody. Like, he's just so smitten. They run off to the bedroom for a little bit, and we'll kind of leave that there. I think that's kind of weird. But, that's not cool. But we'll do that. We're back over across the hall, the boys' apartment. Now, there's a not a continuity error here, but Joey wins the foosball. He lines up his shot and bam! If you look at the foosball table, the ball is still rolling around the table. It doesn't go in the goal. Yep, you see it just spinning down the table.
Wow!
So obviously the sound of the score is obviously like a sound effect, and which would make sense because it's got to be loud. But yeah, the ball doesn't go in.
Wow!
You can see it just spinning there. And that's where Chandler's upset. Chandler's just walks out and leaves. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I may be missing something in my notes because my next note is where they're all kind of back in the boys' apartment.
I figured that was a commercial break, and here we are.
Or something. Ross says that they'll be visiting Joey all the time. He has the big TV. So they all take a box and then leave Chandler and Joey. And Joey tells Chandler, right, just to keep the table. He needs the practice. Yeah, it makes it. It's so sweet. Like, I just love their friendship. And again, stop me if I'm missing something here. Joey's like, well, I don't know where I'll see you. And Chandler's like, well, the coffee house tonight. And it's just they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. But Chandler, said, all right, see you. Shuts the door. But I do love the way that Chandler turns around, and I kind of noticed that the door flies open and Chandler doesn't move, even though the door flies open, which is odd. But then again, the actor, Matthew Perry, he'll have to be bracing himself, because if you're not braced and somebody grabs you like that, you're going down.
Oh, so, yeah.
I love the way Joey comes in and just bear hugs him from behind. And then Chandler
so
kind of pets his hands or something.
Yeah.
Just the love they have for each other. It's a true brotherly relationship that the two of them have. And then if it ended there, that's one thing. But then Joey leaves and Chandler just walks to his room, which kind of breaks my heart a little bit for him.
Because he's so sad.
He's so sad, and he's thinking big picture, he's had such a rough relationship with his parents. He's got no siblings. He's got all these problems with women and commitment and relationships. Joey, I would assume, is the healthiest relationship he's had in his entire life. And it's kind of over in this moment. And I think that for me, again, this might be different on your version. Chandler goes into his bedroom, the credits start to roll, and there is no final extra scene. And that's so sad. Oh, there is. Okay, and as there is, what do you have? Tell me what you've got.
It has nothing to do with Joey and Chandler. Like, that's the way that ends.
Okay.
And whenever Joseph asked me, he's like, well, which episode are you watching? Because I said, why don't you come watch with me? And I said, oh, it's the one that Joey moves out. He's like, oh, that one's sad.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it's the one where he's crying in the window and they're like, but I know that that's not correct. Like, that's in a couple of episodes now. But I was like, oh yeah, like, but that scene was so sad. And then that's the way that ends, which will pick up great for next week. Yes. But then on my version, the next scene is in the girls' apartment, and Monica and Richard are there. I mean, not Monica and Richard, Monica and Rachel's off in another room, and Monica's in the kitchen. And then Monica's dad comes in, and he's wearing a hat and a coat and a tie. And he sits down, and he says, you know, I just stopped by your boyfriend's house for my own peace of mind. And so she says, oh, really? How did that go? And he's like, well, I went over there to punch him in the nose. And he's like, but he had the game on. So I went in and I watched the game. And then she's like, okay. And so he's like, then it was halftime, and I was going to give him a what for. He's like, but then you know what happened? And she was like, no, what? And he's like, he got me a beer. And then he starts talking about how Richard's got beer on tap at his house and how awesome it was. And so they just hung out and talked about the game and watched the rest of the game. And she's like, okay, so did y'all ever talk about me at all? And he's like, actually, no, we never got around to it. And then he said, you're a big girl. And I hope, what did he say? I hope you know what you're doing, or, yeah, I think that it was something along those lines of, I hope you're a big girl, you're an adult. I hope you know what you're doing. And
I love that.
But then Joseph's like, I don't even get that joke. So then he says that to her, and then she's like, Dad, you're wearing the tie I got you. And he's like, oh, yeah. And so they're kind of looking at it and everything. And then she's like, where did you get that hat? And so he takes it off and he looks at it and he goes, I don't know. And then it laughs, and that's the end.
Really?
And okay. Joseph's like, I feel like that was a joke. And I was like, I don't think he knew that tie was from Monica. I think he had a party. He drank a lot. He slept with his wife. And then he doesn't know what the heck.
Right.
And I think that just tracks, because, and I was trying to remember what we had said. Was he not dim? Maybe dim? Whatever the adjective is that we've used to describe him in the past.
I know what you're talking about.
Tracks,
yeah.
You know, but it was a sweet scene, and I'm really sad to see that that's blue. That you didn't have that.
And we don't have that.
Because it was just another opportunity for you to talk about how great Jack is.
So it's funny, I was just thinking ahead to when we discuss our Gunther Central parks. I wonder if having those scenes, I'm not going to change mine, would have made me pick Jack, because I do have a disposition to liking Jack. So if I'd seen more of him, I wonder if that would have changed.
Yeah.
Changed mine. We'll never know. We'll
never know.
Well, let's see. It's going to be cooler weather here coming up in the next week or so. We're finally getting into a little autumnal fall. That for me I've already started doing this, having my morning cup of coffee outside. So We're sitting outside, we're having our cups of coffee, enjoying the cooler weather. How many cups are we pouring for you this week?
A good solid 7.
A good solid 7.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to track how often we agree on the exact number. This is one of those weeks.
Wow.
It's a solid 7. 7 is not a bad score at all. It's a good score.
It's way above average. It's
a good
solid
episode. It's good moments. Nothing outstanding for me per se, but good. A good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I had two things to bring up to you. I just realized I skipped over. One, I don't know when the Etch-a-Sketch shows up on the boys'
I've
door.
been watching for it too.
Okay, I just noticed again it wasn't there.
Yes,
just on the door because I was there was so many scenes in the boys' apartment with Joey leaving, so I noticed that wasn't there.
Yeah,
and then just a little fun fact that I stumbled across: this is the first episode with the word Joey in the title. So just that, because I got thinking, is this the first one? And it turns out that it is. But we've both given this a 7. Let's see if we agree or have different feelings on our Gunther Central Park of the week. Who do you have?
Okay, I have a shocking one.
Uh-oh. I'm holding on.
I was going back and forth between Richard and Ross.
Okay.
And I landed on Ross.
Wow. Okay.
And in our conversation, there's just yet another thing, another reason. But the one-liners, I loved the part where he got the bat and then he came in whenever everybody was singing to his dad. The part whenever they were waiting for Richard to come and pick them up, whenever they're out on the porch, like it was just a good brother. He was just being a good brother to her. Mm-hmm. And then the part where the whole tattoo thing, like whenever he's like, yeah, I don't know why you'd want to do that, blah, 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 blah. But then he's just saying that because that's what he thinks. But he's not imposing that on Rachel. And I appreciate that, that, he's got opinions and he doesn't mind sharing them, but he's not imposing them.
I agree.
And I appreciate
he did not
that.
cross the line as he has done and
many times. Will do in the future. I appreciate in this one episode.
Yes. And I appreciate the fact that you acknowledge this in Ross, not your favorite character in the Friends universe.
Not at all.
And I do love the fact that for me, Ross was my second choice, and my first choice was indeed Richard.
Okay.
I was kind of on the fence. I think I still would have chosen Richard, but the fact that you brought up that deleted scene where he's nervous and that shows the other side of his character, I just love that line where he's, hey, she's not a Twinkie. And he will clearly go to bat for Monica. Like he's not cowering, he's not waving on that. He will put Jack in his place, her own father, for Monica. And I like that. I like that he's willing to do that. So it's Richard 2 weeks in a row for me.
Wow, that's
looking
crazy.
At my notes. But next week, perhaps my favorite character who is in just a couple of episodes makes an appearance. I say my favorite. I think he's my favorite. This podcast is giving me fresh perspectives on lots of things.
Yeah.
But we talk about unhinged Chandler and unhinged moments of other characters. Mm-hmm. We welcome a character whose entire persona is unhinged.
All
nonstop. The time. And I won't say what it is, but he is responsible for the line that I quote in real life more than any other line.
Ooh, okay. Yes. I'm excited to find out what that is.
It might be next week. It might be in 2 or 3 weeks.
The next one.
Yeah, the next one. Because Eddie, I think, is in 3. But next week is the one where Eddie moves in. So before we sign off, any final thoughts?
Fun episode, fun conversation, and I'm super excited about Eddie. And it is 3 episodes, and I'm excited.
Yeah, Eddie brings a lot to this season, so I'm super excited. Yeah, but on that note, next week, the one where Eddie moves in, as always, especially this bumper episode of the Purple Door Podcast. Thank you all for listening to the Purple Door Podcast.